Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to be doing the match preview for Club América against Nashville SC in the Champions Cup second leg of the quarterfinals. Hey everybody, I'm Tyler, welcome back to Big TV. If you're new around here and you want to see more Nashville SC fan content, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Now it's only been, it's Monday evening now. It's been a couple of days since the win in Charlotte. A really great win. It was awesome to be there and see what was effectively our kind of B team get a great result against a team that I genuinely thought we would have a lot more trouble against, but we made honestly look like light work. Genuinely, being there in the stadium, you notice the atmosphere and the change in the atmosphere and what people are expecting. And I mean, people around us were trying to do Mexican waves, do any sort of thing to entertain themselves because the football was not entertaining them. And it was only those breaks. They just loved those breaks on the counter. That was the only thing that they could do to get excited about. And Nashville really controlled the game and controlled an away atmosphere in a way that you don't see very often unless you're a really great club and at an elite level. And I think Nashville are really starting to get to that point now in what we're doing. And I think that is a great example of what we need to be doing in this match tomorrow night. Down in the Azteca, that legendary stadium, amazing atmosphere, a big club, the biggest club in Mexican history. That's what we need to be doing, and we need to be sucking that same life out of the stadium that we did in Charlotte, again in Mexico. Now, lots of difficult circumstances with this game. It's played at very high altitude is one thing, which is, the oxygen percent is something like 16% compared to a normal 25%. In the games you'd expect at sort of typical Nashville sea level, whatever we're at. It's also the fact that they are in the Azteca. It's a legendary stadium, there's a legendary atmosphere, home fans are going to be, we saw what they were like at Judas Park. So the home fans are going to be absolutely crazy for the team. And I think that's the only opportunity we really have. We've got to control the game, we've got to just stifle them and have as much of the ball as possible. So there's nothing to cheer about. There's no 12th man, that energy from the fans. And I think that might be enough to see us through this game. Now, in terms of what we need to do exactly what we did against Miami. It's the same rules that apply, so an away goal is all we need. We need one away goal and a clean sheet. That puts us through. As long as we score, they have to score more goals than us, so that's great. If we score one, that's fine. If we score one, they score one, we still go through. If we score two, they've then got to score three. They can't just match us on a two. So I think that puts us in a strong position like we were in Miami, and we managed to do that. We managed to get that result in a way that many didn't expect us to. And history tells us that Nashville and club, penalty shootouts against this team, we can do that. But I don't think I want us to go there. I think we want to try and grab a goal and play the same plan that we had for Inter Miami. Now, I think it's going to be that pretty much first team that we've seen through the season, but honestly I think the team we played on Saturday night in Charlotte was stronger in terms of its interchange, its versatility. It looked really good and it really did control possession with maybe a couple of moments of slight madness. So I will do a video which talks about the predicted 11 that I think we might see and everything, but I mean, let's be real, I think it's going to be a lot of those players that rested are going to be playing on Tuesday night. And also tells me that this club really cares about winning this competition, and the fact that Buda did rest those players, I think it shows really great management. He knew that the team that was playing was good enough to get a result, and, or at least in his opinion. I wasn't sure at all, but I'm glad he did. It was amazing, great performance. But it also shows that, Tuesday night is a big one for this club, and I think it is our fastest route to silverware, and I think we should jump on it. I honestly think if you can make this a club that is winning silverware regularly, getting a competition a year, you build history, and that's really important for the club. It's really important in terms of bringing more players in. It's really important in terms of growing, say, from the youth development level all the way to the top. The quality of DPs you can bring in when you're winning every year is very different to a team that's struggling, and people are coming in for the money basically at that point, rather than the fact that they could go and win something, they could be something at this club. They have a club that has history, they're part of something. And yeah, at the youth level, it allows you to really get the top prospects in the nation, or other nations even, because they know that there's a potential to go through and become something, to become a legend of a club that wins things. And I think that changes the perspective on the club massively, and it changes the yeses that you get. It's not 100% the way it works. There are promises that are made to parents. There are all sorts of things that go on in terms of the youth level and why they choose a club or not. But honestly, if Nashville can become a club that does get known for winning things, does have that heritage, does have that status in the league and across the continent, then that changes everything. Changes what Nashville can do. And a US Open Cup is great. It's an awesome start. It's silverware, and not every club even has that. But I think the opportunity to get more is what we need to do. Keep capitalising, keep getting these in, and become a squad that's used to winning, used to that winning mentality. That's only going to bring more. So I'm glad to see that the club is thinking like that, but I do think this game is going to be still a little bit tricky. Like I say, the altitude is difficult. They're used to playing in these kind of conditions. It's going to be hot. It's going to be late. I mean, we're starting as a kickoff at 11:30. I think East. I'm in the East right now, so it's going to be 11:30 this time. 10:30 back home in Central, I believe. I might have got that wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the kind of timing. And that means that there are just a lot of factors that these players aren't used to, but that should go out the window because of the desire of this team. This team should want this, and I feel like as long as we want this enough, that shouldn't be a problem. We should take care of that. No problem. That's taken care of. It doesn't matter how late it is. I think the physical attributes, they've been talking about it in the press conferences. Being ready for this. They're professionals. They've been training hard. They've been trying to do what they can for this, and we're just going to hope that it's enough. I think ultimately we don't need to do too much. We need to control possession, and that can help with that. As long as we're controlling the possession, our fitness can stay, as it needs to be, and we can control how much fitness we need to basically exert, how much energy we need to exert by being in control of the ball. You've probably all played soccer at some point. It's about moving the ball with way less energy than having to run after it. If we can keep it like that, take the energy out of the stadium, I think that should put us on a good path. And dominating possession, I think, is the best way to control this game. I do think we've got to be cautious with the ball. I don't want us to be risk averse. I don't want us to be risk free, because that means that it's very difficult to really score if you're going to do that. But I want us to be incisive at the right moments, and otherwise generally just keep that possession moving, keep it ticking over, and dominate the possession, because this team does like to counter. It's a very counter-attacking team, just like the three teams we've faced recently. Chicago Fire, very counter-attack based, probably the most direct out of all of them. Club América in the first leg, counter-attacking team, and then again at the weekend, Charlotte, that's what they would do. You could hear it in the crowd. They knew when to get excited, and it was just when it was breaking for a counter-attack. And so the good thing about this is we've gotten used to playing these teams. We're in a kind of style, we're in a groove of playing this way. So just carry on with that and be very aware of that counter-attack. Be very cautious with the passing, particularly around the back. When you're in the attacking third, that final third, be incisive, make the risky pass, try and make something happen. But I think particularly around the back, just being really confident with the ball, more of what Waleji was doing at the weekend with Charlotte, dodging, stepping in between their front players that were pressing, finding those spaces in the channels and beating a man, and suddenly having it as a sort of, 10 on 9 kind of situation with everyone around him, everyone in front of him, I think would be really important in this game. I think, again, takes the energy out of the crowd. I think we are going to have to play with more control. That might mean a Reed Baker-Whiting, that might mean a Corcoran, but I think this team's getting used to it, and hopefully we can keep in this groove and play in that way, and I think that should be enough. I think that genuinely should be enough to take care of this game. Of course, in the attacking third, it's got to be our guys that we're used to, and we need to take plenty of shots. I think they're going to be taking those shots. We know what they're going to do. They're going to get outside the penalty D, and they're going to try and shoot. So again, Yazbek, Corcoran probably going to have to be nice and compact in there, shielding that area, because they do score from those long shots. We've seen them do it this year. And in terms of our attack, I think we should be taking more shots, looking for those spillages, looking for those opportunities in the box to poke it home, but making sure they hit the target. That's the important thing. Get the shots, get the snapshots, and make something of those, but don't be taking crazy shots from distance. They're going to be blocked and then countered. It's sort of finding that balance, snapping away at shots. Espinoza, probably some more early shots if we can, to allow Sam to get those balls that are spilt to finish. I think often Espinoza needs to just take those a little bit more, take those shots, and it would leave a ball for Sam to finish, a ball for Hani to finish, because both those players are great at poaching those little goals, being in the right position, And I think Madrigal, if he's going to play, I think we need to see more of that composure. We know he wants a goal, but try and take the shots at the right time. Don't try and snatch at them. Don't try and hit them too hard. The right shot at the right time is what we need to be. We need to be perfect, basically, if we can. If we can today, tomorrow, sorry, that's what we need. To be really perfect and be exemplary in our decision making. If we can make great decisions, I think we win this game. But it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be tough to play in those situations. But I've got faith. I've got faith in this team. I think we are geared towards this. I think we are, to me, in a way, becoming a cup competition team. And we happen to be doing great in the league too. I think we are becoming a really great team. And that, game after the international break wasn't huge on the Chicago Fire result. I think we said it for a long time, just aren't really switched on after international break, aren't really ready to go again. That's something that the club needs to work on and get out of without the system. But honestly, 3 games in at Charlotte was a great performance from the whole squad, and hopefully we have this unity. They've been talking about in the press conference about this unity in the team, and hopefully we're all driving each other forward in the team and pushing for that. We've come off the back of that win at Charlotte, probably arguably unexpected win, a bit like the Columbus game, played that sort of B team. I don't want to call them that because honestly they played so well that I think they may have caused some selection headaches, genuinely. I think the way that some of those players played have changed the perception of them, particularly for me anyway. I don't know about the rest of the fan base, but I feel their perception for me has gone from being definitely a second choice type thing to actually a lot of these players could come in and do the job against the guy who's currently in that first position in the team, in that first 11, and that's a great place to be, being real. So we've come off the back of that win, and they've come off a draw, albeit against Cruz Azul. They are, I believe they're top of the table, second. They're right up there in Liga Mejisa at the minute. So we've come off a little bit of a better result. We've got maybe a little bit more momentum. Just got to make the most of it. And again, game plan I think is we go for the 1 goal, maybe try and see it out. If there's another opportunity to be incisive, get a goal, we do it. Otherwise, we just play like we did against Miami, frustrate them, control the ball. And that's it. That's the way to win it, if you ask me. We don't need to do much more. We're using that advantage, the away goals advantage that we have. That's gone from European football, it's gone from the Champions League. But I think it makes it more exciting. So I'm all for it. And those are the rules of the competition. I don't mind if Nashville only go through with, a draw, go through with 1 goal that puts them through. I think that's what we need to do. I don't really need more than that. It's cup competition. Those are the rules. You play those rules and you get through. So that's all that matters to me, and I hope we see more of that tomorrow night for Nashville SC. But let me know your thoughts on this game. Let me know what your score prediction is. I'm going to go with a Philadelphia Union went there and got a 1-1. I'm going to say we have I think I'm going to push for it. I'm going to say 1-1 too. I think 1-1 when we go through on the away goals rule. I'd like to see more. I'd like to see maybe a 2-1, 2-0, something like that. But I'm going to go with a 1-1. I think that might be the final score. And Nashville SC go through. So yeah, let me know your score prediction in the comments. And we will be live on TikTok for the live stream. It'll be a late one, but I'll be there to hang out. Rachel might be there, she might not be. But we'll be there to hang out and watch the game with you guys. And yeah, we'll be there over on that platform. So do tune in. Let us know your score predictions in the comments. Let us know your predictions for this game. Let me know how you're feeling about this game. And also don't forget to check out the Predicted 11 video, which will be coming out right after this video. So you can see who I think will be starting and what we need to expect to kind of counter this team and the players that we're going to need to hopefully get Nashville SC through to the semi-final of the Champions Cup, which would be absolutely massive. And I desperately want to see that. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and want to see more Nashville SC content. And we will see you in the next one.